Hello, Cryptonauts, and welcome back to another episode of Cryptocurrency Chat. I am your host, Blockchain John, with my co-host, Jake Jabrelli and Crypto Lissa. Welcome. Lissa, how has the last 24 hours been since I last spoke with you on your official podcast yesterday? How's it been going?
It's been good.
Perfect. That's always good. You all ready for the holidays?
Me? Yes, of course, but not really. I mean, I'm over wrapping.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
rapping.
of
That's
course.
where all the time's taken. Right, is rapping. Yeesh.
Yep.
Talk about rapping. I still haven't even done that. Ugh. All right. How about you, Jake?
I'm grateful that I finally got my farm fully up and running with the latest what I'm doing and discovered some new algorithmic traits. So I'm grateful. Did all my wrapping 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
It said there was going to be a problem with shipping for gifts this holiday season, so I ordered everything early, and of course some things still showed up late, but that's because shipping, right? If you want to get stuff, get it in November. Uh, wrap it in December early. But if you appreciate this content, it is for entertainment purposes only, and any comments made by us, the host, or any guests we may have on the show is not financial advice.
Perfect. All right, Cryptonauts. Let's get started with your top 10 daily stats provided by CoinGecko.com. Starting off with Bitcoin, settling at $48,640.39 with a 7-day loss of 0.4% and a market cap of $919.7 billion. Second place, we have Ethereum, settling at $3,981.48 with a 7-day loss of 0.8% and a market cap of $473.3 billion. Number 3, Binance Coin, settling at $536.22 with a 7-day loss of 0.6% and a market cap of $90 billion. And Tether, of course, settling at $1.01. What? With a 7-day gain of 0.6% and a market cap of $77 billion. Number 5, Solana, settling at $181.51 with a 7-day gain of 1.8% and a market cap of $55 billion. And number 6, XRP, settling at $1 with a 7-day gain of gobs of 21%. And a market cap of $47 billion. Number 7, Cardano, settling at $1.34 with a 7-day gain of 2.5% and a market cap of $43 billion. Number 8, USD Coin, settling at $1 with a 7-day gain of 0.5% and a market cap of $42 billion. Number 9, Terra, settling at $87.62 with a, OMG, this is insane, 7-day gain of 42.3%. What?
Yep.
What just happened? Terra broke the top. That's insane. Market cap of $32 billion. Number 10, Polkadot, settling at $28.25 with a 7-day gain of 3.7% and a market cap of $30 billion. That there, Cryptonauts, is your top 10 daily stats. The next 5, what? Yep. Avalanche, Doge, Shiba, Poly, and Binance.
Polkadot's making a comeback ever so slightly, but Terra is just, as no pun intended, tearing up the market.
Jeez, 42%, and that's insane. Wow.
You can see it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the curve. It's just a constant progression straight up.
Whoop.
Up.
Yep.
And it's interesting to see Polkadot do kind of the same thing. It did a reversal from a week ago. So.
Yep.
Lots of stuff are making turnaround, even though Bitcoin and Ethereum have turned down slightly. It's interesting to see Bitcoin in general with its 38.2% market dominance, still under 40%. It's been under 40% for a while.
It has.
Ethereum fell back again too, as well, back under 20%.
So then, what is it? Is it just like altcoins that's taking the dominance?
It seems like just the whole market, which is down almost 1% right now. But it's funny because it's up to 2.4 trillion, whereas for quite like almost 2.5 weeks there, we were at 2.3, 2.2. So it's definitely altcoins. I know Hedera was up a lot. Helium is also up a lot. These are ones that are not, super close to the top 10.
But they're moving. All right. Market
Polygon
cap.
is up
Yeah.
26%.
Yep.
Um,
Where's Polygon at? There it is.
Cosmos is up 25%. Near is up 30%. Dara is up 27%. Another one. Helium's up 30%.
Wow.
So Aave is up 25. There's quite a few that are much further down the line. They're up quite a bit. So.
Yep. Wow. Spell token 76%. Wow. All right. Let's go back up to the top here. And of course, like you said, the total market cap is at $2.41 trillion, down by 0.7%. And oh yeah, your candies. Go up to the right corner here on CoinGecko. Click that little candy jar there. Collect your daily candies, like I've already did earlier today, and you can get yourself some awesome rewards, like some free NFTs. Who doesn't like free NFTs? They're actually having one, I believe. No. This is a candy contest. You can get yourself a Treasure Model T. I was going to say Model X. Model T. All right. Yeah, Jake, go ahead.
Well, we appreciate you watching our content or listening to our content. If you appreciate our content the way we appreciate you, we'd appreciate a like if you're on YouTube, and subscribe if you want to continue following us. You can hit the notification bell, because we post every Wednesday and Sunday. Today is Wednesday, so we're posting. And that would be on YouTube, of course, on Anchor, anywhere else you get your podcasts. You can check us out on Discord. There's always a lot going on in Discord. There's plenty of different coins and tokens to talk about. Always, if you just want to talk about crypto in general, we're happy to discuss that with you. We're also having a market. We have a market in which we're selling our own tokens for participation. It's really kind of an interesting concept. If you want to check it out, you can do work and you can visit daily and get your tokens. If you want to join that, actually, if you'd like to support us in a different way, you can support us on Patreon. We have $3, $5, and $10 per month subscription plans. You will be getting additional content like special tokens, the AMAs, as well as additional interview information from beyond just what we release on our podcast. And then if you don't want to participate with that, you can always donate in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, BAT, or Raven. All of this information is in the description below.
Below. All right. One more thing. Since Cryptolissa has partnered up with us, there is a new channel there in Discord in our server that is for women in crypto. So if you are a women in crypto, that's probably the place you want to hang out and chit chat with Cryptolissa. She also has her own channel, her own server as well, women in crypto. All right, let's get started with your news provided by Decrypt.co. First news written by Jason Nelson. Ice-T helps Nifty launch NFT marketplace in U.S. Are you an American dreaming of an iced tea Christmas? Sorry, but you'll have to settle for rain and snow until January 4th. That's when an NFT marketplace, it is Nifty. Yeah, Nifty, which is opening its virtual doors in the U.S. It's dropping 10,000 non-fungible tokens in the likeness of OG rapper, producer, and film star. The brainchild of co-founder Bruno Ver and Emil Sterndorf. Nifty launched in beta.
Yeah, Sterndorf.
Yeah, Nifty launched in beta in October for customers outside the United States and uses Polygon, a protocol building and connecting Ethereum-compatible blockchains. Excuse me. The marketplace previously dropped an Ice-T collection to users outside the U.S. in November. Like that drop, the new release was also created by the New York City-based digital artist Tommy the Animator. The release memorializes 3 pivotal moments from the rapper/actor's career. Nifty co-founder Bruno Ver told Decrypt the release of the OG original gangster album in 1991, the release of the film New Jack City in 1991, and Ice-T's addition to the Law & Order SVU cast in 2000. Ice-T's 1992 album Body Count was nationally controversial for the protest song Cop Killer, which was written for the point of view of a character fed up with police brutality. The rapper turned actor went on to enjoy a career in film and television, later starring as NYPD detective Odafin to I don't even how do you say that? Tutuola in the Law & Order franchise. Nifty will leverage the ICE-T launch to join a growing list of NFT marketplaces using proof-of-stake blockchains, which uses less energy than Ethereum. Earlier this month, Rarible announced plans to add support for Tesla's NFTs. Recently, Magic Eden, a popular Solana NFT marketplace, partnered with Exodus to provide an in-app marketplace inside Exodus mobile wallet. Perfect. I think, let's see. I'll read the rest of it. Yeah. As for Polygon, it uses proof-of-stake sidechains to lower its energy expenditure and transactions cost. Layer 2 solutions like Polygon refers to a secondary protocol built on top of the existing blockchain. In this case, Ethereum, which has high gas fees and minting costs. Verse said that Nifty will also include a fiat on-ramp to allow collectors to purchase NFTs with a credit card or a debit card. Quote, "We want to democratize the blockchain and specifically NFTs," he said. "If we just keep accepting only crypto, we will continue to speak among ourselves. If we dream of mainstream adoption, we need to roll out the red carpet, bring the confetti, and allow people to swipe, tap, type, or whatever they prefer to purchase their favorite NFT." Well said.
Get on the bandwagon.
Yep.
Make sure you get those NFTs.
Yep.
Actually, I think it's Nifty.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So it's not Nifty, right? Yeah.
Nifty.
Nifty. Yeah. Okay.
Nifty.
There is a Nifty exchange, right? A Nifty marketplace. This is Nifty.
I'm sure that they had to make something different so they could be distinct. But Nifty, or Niftify.
Ah, like NFT. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
All those funny mispronunciations in English, right? Anyways, continuing on with Stacey Elliott's article, Decrypt's founder of the year, Sam Bankman-Fried.
Where's that at?
Next article. Why did that not show up? Weird. It disappeared. When I did the refresh, it's no longer in the list.
Yeah.
But it was. Let me see if it refreshes and disappears. Oh, still there.
I don't have that.
It's not in the all news section. It's not there.
Oh, where do you go?
If you go back to the top stories and just go to decrypt.co, you'll see it as the top article. You see it now?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It would have been the first one, but it doesn't matter. Scanning headlines might lead you to believe it was sponsorship and marketing deals that made 2021 a huge year for derivatives exchange FTX and its CEO Sam Bankman-Fried. And to be fair, there were a lot of deals. NBA Golden State Warriors and Miami Heat, Shady's AMG Petronas F1 team, and the International Cricket Council, Major League Baseball, Esports Squad TSM, and the Riot Games League of Legends Champion Series, all now sponsored by or partnered up with FTX. Individual stars like Los Angeles Angels pitcher Sohail Ohtani, Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady, and Golden State Warriors point guard Steph Curry have all become investors and ambassadors for the company. There's even a Super Bowl ad on the way. The goal of all these deals, Bankman-Fried has said, was to build FTX's name recognition. Not that it's a really good name, because FTX is pretty hard to say, but he sees them as mere groundwork for bigger things to come in 2022. I think it's a little bit surprising exactly how much focus there was on the sponsorships, Bankman-Fried told Decrypt by phone. Where we're really excited, he said, is the regulatory process FTX made this year, and where he thinks those efforts could end up. But that doesn't mean that that's where they are today. Where FTX is today, the global exchange and its U.S. subsidiary, is a $32 billion valuation as of early December. The wonky exchange has become a derivatives behemoth that's second only to Binance, and early FTX investor that Bankman-Fried bought out in July. As of December 20, not that long ago, 2 days ago, FTX had $7.5 billion in open interest contracts compared to Binance's $10.4 billion, according to CoinGecko. The company's massive growth is thanks chiefly to its 29-year-old founder, making him Decrypt's pick for the Crypto Founder of the Year. Making Sam Bankman-Fried grew up in San Francisco's Bay Area. He moved to the East Coast to study physics at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, otherwise known as MIT, and eventually took a job at quant trading firm Jane Street in New York in 2014. For 3 years there, he left for a short stint as the director of development at the Center for Effective Altruism. He is still very much an effective altruist, believing in using evidence and research to find the most impactful way to help others. But the gig at the nonprofit wasn't a good fit. Around the same time, Bankman-Fried founded crypto trading firm Alameda Research in late 2017. 2 years later, he was ready to launch another crypto venture, derivatives exchange FTX. The company was operating out of Hong Kong until September, when FTX and Bankman-Fried packed it up and moved to Bitcoin-friendly Bahamas. Before he became a full-on crypto celebrity known only by an acronym, he first endeared himself to the crypto community in 2020 when he saved SushiSwap after the centralized exchange founder, a developer known only as Chef Nami, cashed out $14 million for the sushi tokens and caused a price crash, a move that was widely considered a rug pull. He transferred control of the project to Bankman-Fried. And not only the two knew each other, Bankman-Fried has been openly critical of the way Chef Nami was running the project, but he also saw that it would fail without an intervention, and did what he, in his own words, had become notorious for, taking on a new, somewhat sizable random project. So, just so you know, this is a really, really long article, and I'm not going to go through all of it. Says the founding, Bankman-Fried has grown FTX into a derivatives exchange that easily clears $10 billion in volume per day, according to CoinGecko. And he's still got his sights on how he can maneuver the company into new lines of business and new regions. His next big project, setting up derivatives business in the U.S. To do that, he has to spend a lot of time planning how to deal with the thorny regulatory climate in the States. In any case.
Yeah.
Without going in, like I said, it's a very long article. If you want to read it yourself, be my guest. It's basically praising Bankman-Fried, and I don't think they're wrong. He's definitely making huge strides, setting himself up to be one of the big players in the crypto exchange industry.
FTX. Check it out.
Yeah, we've definitely talked about them a lot lately. So
yeah. All right. Next news, written by Jeff John Roberts. Andreessen blocks Jack. Jack unfollows Winklevoss. Bitcoin versus Web3 feud continues. Bum bum bum. All right, there they go again. On the heels of a delicious Twitter spat involving prominent crypto personalities such as Elon Musk, the person who started the fight, of course. Twitter founder and Square CEO Jack Dorsey renewed hostilities with a new tweet mocking Web3. If you missed the earlier
brouhaha.
It involves Dorsey and his supporters, including Musk, claiming that Web3 is not a decentralized dream like its evangelist claims, but it is instead a hustle controlled by venture capitalists. One of those evangelists is Mark Andreessen, co-founder of the VC firm Andreessen Horowitz, which is the biggest investor in Web3 and its loudest advocate. Mark Andreessen, apparently none too pleased with Dorsey's view of crypto's futures, took the step of blocking him on Twitter, a move that bars Dorsey from easily seeing Andreessen's tweets or communicating with him on the platform. That's why you make ghost accounts, right? Or alt accounts. Dorsey did not appear chastened, however, and used Andreessen's decision to get in a further dig at Web3. Dorsey wasn't done. He took extra few characters to share his misgivings with Andreessen's mission. There's a couple of tweets back and forth. It must have come as a slap to the face to Dorsey in 2011, and Andreessen Horowitz reportedly bought $80 million worth of Twitter stocks in secondary markets. Then again, Andreessen himself was likely piqued by an earlier tweet, in which Dorsey doubled down on his position that Web3 is an empty promise. He shared a cartoon that shows venture capitalists gobbling all of its resources and leaving ordinary investors with just a trickle. Gob, gob, gob. That's an interesting image. Dorsey also appears to have responded to Andreessen, blocking him with a rash of related unfollows, according to Big Tech Alert, an account that twitters the activities of tech executives. Dorsey has unfollowed Andreessen and other prominent crypto personalities, including Gemini co-founder Tyler Winklevoss and Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong. The act of unfollowing someone on Twitter is not as severe as blocking them, but in this context, Dorsey appears to be serving a deliberate diss at Andreessen Horowitz and its allies. Yeah. And it continues on back and forth. Let's scroll on down. Yeah, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Being childish. Stop it, you guys. It's kind of like slapping each other around. All right. We'll leave it at that. All right, next one.
Jeff Benson writes, Uniswap comes to Polygon sending Matic to record high, and now we know why it's going so high. If you hadn't already noticed on the market. The promise of decentralized finance, blockchain-based tools for lending, borrowing, and trading has been that it would open up savings and investment to people locked out of the financial system. But trying to tell someone making their first trade on decentralized exchange DEX Uniswap, where the fees tap into the Ethereum network can run past $100 per transaction, Uniswap and Layer 2 blockchain Polygon wants to alleviate that pain. They announced today that Uniswap is available on Polygon, which was built to take off some of the strain of the Ethereum network. Uniswap is governed by holders in its Uni token, predominantly composed of exchange users. Last week, they voted overwhelmingly to deploy smart contracts from the V3 version of the protocol onto Polygon. The deployment was finalized today. Here's that tweet. With this deployment, Uniswap, as the flagship Ethereum project, returns back to the original promise and again offers low fees and open access to everyone, wrote Polygon founder Mahalo Bejlik.
I'm not even going to try to guess.
I'm so bad. I apologize to the person whose name I butchered. In an announcement today, Polygon has been doing the heavy lifting to bring transaction fees down. The protocol sits atop Ethereum, but can connect to other blockchains as part of the multi-chain system. Beyond interoperability, its design promotes scalability by routing Ethereum transactions through side chains. Essentially, it's like relieving the pressure on a dam by carving a river off to the side. That comes with a reduced transaction cost, a big bonus for users of Uniswap, where all buy and sell transactions are made on the blockchain. The appeal of decentralized exchanges is that you don't have to trust the intermediary, like Coinbase or Binance, to take custody of the assets and facilitate trades. The downside is you're on the hook for network transaction fees, according to BitInfo charts. The average transaction fee on Ethereum hasn't gone below $20 since early October. And I do remember when it's less than that because I made a lot of trades at that time. The deployment has been good for good news for holders of Matic, Polygon's own token, which can be used to place votes on governance issues as well as pay transaction fees. The price has risen 35% in the last week and nearly 14% in the past day, setting a record high of $2.66 in the process. Woo, only $2.66. Oh, that hurts. Ow. Not compared to $125 for one transaction. Yeah, it's welcome.
Yep, Polygon is $2.68. All right.
Right.
All right, next news. You're right, though. Transaction fees. Love it on Matic, man. Amazing. Next news, written by Andrew Hayward. Donald Trump calls crypto dangerous, even as Melania launches NFT.
Sounds like they don't talk very much.
Yeah. Former United States President Donald Trump renewed his criticism of cryptocurrency in an interview on Fox Business this week, calling it a very dangerous thing. Curiously, his comments come just days after his wife, former First Lady Melania Trump, launched her first NFT, a cryptographic token that represents ownership of digital artwork. Melania's NFT on the Solana blockchain and can only currently be purchased with Sol cryptocurrency. Fox Business host Maria Bartiromo asked the former president about his wife's NFT initiative, to which he responded, "She's gonna do great. She's got a great imagination." I can't even. Do you have a? Never mind.
Is he even aware of what's going on?
He was then asked for his broader viewpoint on cryptocurrency. Quote, I never loved it because I have the dollar. Trump replied, I was never a big fan, but it's building up bigger and bigger and nobody's doing anything about it. I want our currency called the dollar. I don't want any of these others, and that could be an explosion someday, the likes of which we've never seen. Trump continued referring to the rise of cryptocurrency. It'll make the big tech explosion look like baby stuff. I think it's a very dangerous thing. Trump first shared his views on cryptocurrency while president in July 2019, tweeting, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money and whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activities. Earlier this year, former White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci told Decrypt that he believed that Trump did not personally write that tweet. Scaramucci suggests that the tweet was likely crafted for Trump by advisors who believe that he should take a stance on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. That tweet is no longer online following Trump's ban from the social media platform in January. However, Trump has renewed his criticism on Bitcoin in 2021. In June, he told Fox Business host Stuart Varney that the leading cryptocurrency just seems like a scam. Yep, we'll leave it at that. There's a little bit more, but we get the point. Trump doesn't like crypto.
It's not the dollar, even though there is a crypto called the dollar. Oh, here's a very interesting article by Stacy Elliott. Bigger gains than Bitcoin. Top performing crypto assets of 2021. Crypto assets started the year with a rally, slumped over the summer, rallied again in autumn, and are currently in a rut heading into the end of 2021. The top two coins in the market by cap, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum, hit all-time highs in 2021 and are ending the year up 67 and 450% respectively, barring a giant crash in the final week of the year, which December is known for as a sidebar. But being on top doesn't leave a lot of room for posting the biggest gains over the course of the whole year. BTC and ETH were not the year's biggest crypto market winners. To measure the top performing assets, Decrypt analyzed data from CoinGecko and Yahoo Finance. Where possible, we limited our choices to assets that existed at the start of the year. Decrypt did make exceptions for companies that had their initial public offering listed like Coinbase, because many of the ones at the top CoinGecko's rankings didn't exist before 2021. This listicle is not investment advice. Decrypt isn't suggesting our readers buy these assets, but their gains in 2021 sure were interesting. So here we go. How much? For DeFi category on this list, we use market cap because the metric helps capture how many people hold the tokens as well as the price. In the STS market, cap has an increase of 48,633%, up from 12.3 million at the start of January to 6 billion as of December 15th. STS ETH is the Lido platform's one-to-one native token for staked Ether. It allows users to stake their ETH without technically locking it. The tokens are minted when users deposit their ETH and burned when they're redeemed. Lido platform's staking protocol are managed by the Lido DAO. Coin Solana. Solana's Sol, or how much? Sol's price has increased 9,588%, up from $1.84 at the start of January to $178.26 on December 15th. Sol is a native token of the Solana network. It can be used to pay for transaction fees and staking. The Solana network itself uses proof of history to validate transactions, and the growth of not just Sol's price, but development on the Solana ecosystem is why Solana in Decrypt is Decrypt's coin of the year. Meme coins, Shiba Inu or SHIB. SHIB's price has gone up 42.3 million% from its, I'm not going to read this number, point something something 8 at the start of January to point something 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 3388 as of December 15th. But I already told you what its rise was, so you pretty much know it. SHIB is the ERC token on the Ethereum network. Was founded August in 2020. It was created as a parody of Doge but it has resoundingly surpassed the thing it was parodying to become the top meme coin, or at least as far as 2021 performance goes, because it's certainly not worth as much as Doge is right now. Well, even in market cap. Publicly traded crypto company MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy has risen 41% from 425.22 the start of January to 598.59 as of December 15th. MicroStrategy is a Bitcoin bull Michael Saylor's business intelligence and software company. Didn't start out as a crypto company, as you might argue it is still a crypto company, but its stock is primarily a Bitcoin play these days. The company's treasury now includes 122,478 Bitcoin as of its investor on the day of December 16th, and a corporate website with a dedicated Bitcoin section that uses its corporate playbook as the world's first cryptocurrency. And let's see here if I got a whole lot. That's not much more here. So, publicly traded crypto exposed company NVIDIA. NVIDIA's price has risen 141% from $131.04 at the start of January to $304.59 as of the middle of December. I think we all know what NVIDIA is. It's a graphics card company. And a publicly traded crypto miner, Marathon Digital Holdings, or MARA, has risen 252% from $11.01 to $38.73 as the middle of December. Marathon is a Bitcoin mining company with headquarters in Las Vegas, with a 3.32 exahash per second facility in Montana. That's exahash, or 3,320 terahash. No, pardon me. 3.3 million terahash, my bad. The company was founded in 2010 as the parent company of Australian software maker Unilock. So, yeah, they're mining way more than I can possibly even imagine. And that's it. These are the awards or recognitions from Decrypt, Decrypt.co.
Perfect. All right, let's head on to the next one, written by Matthew DeSalvo. Justin Sun to fly to space on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin rocket next year. And there it is. Tron founder Justin Sun today announced that he will fly to space via Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin company next year. Sun, who founded blockchain platform Tron, but earlier this month stepped down as its CEO, said on Twitter that he will invite 5 people to join them on the flight to space. The tech entrepreneur said that he was the anonymous bidder who paid $28 million in the auction for the seat to join Bezos on Blue Origin's first crew mission in July. Okay. But Sun added that he missed the launch and now he will travel with 5 other warriors to space next year. And there's a tweet from Justin Sun. Quote, I won the auction 6 months ago, but missed the launch. However, this did not stop my love for space, he wrote on Twitter. So I'm very excited to announce this news and turn this opportunity into a voyage with 5 other warriors to space with me, because I believe that space belongs to everyone. Going to space has been a dream of mine since my childhood, and it's also the future direction of humankind, he added. Sun said that he will announce who will be joining him in the coming months. The 5 people may include a member of the Tron DAO community, long-term holders of crypto, as well as other fashion, technology, and entrepreneur bigwigs. Tron is a blockchain project designed for entertainment and content creation. Its native token, TRX, is the 25th biggest cryptocurrency by market cap. Suborbital spaceflight services company Blue Origin is one of Amazon's founder Bezos' companies. In July, Bezos, the second richest man in the world, made a short journey to space on Blue Origin rocket.
Yes, that's that phallic-shaped rocket.
Yeah, I knew. I didn't want to say that, but yeah, that's exactly it.
Slightly phallic.
Yeah, why? I wonder why.
Yeah. In any case, continuing on with the news, Andrew Hayward writes, Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT flipped CryptoPunk's floor price in Ethereum, because only rich people can afford these things.
Mm-hmm.
The first time, the cheapest available or floor price Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT now costs more than the lowest price CryptoPunk's NFT on the market. An event that underscores a shift in sentiment when it comes to the 2 leading profile pictures projects on Ethereum. As of 10 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday, the lowest priced CryptoPunk listed for sale on creator Larva Labs' own marketplace was priced at 52.69 ETH, or just over $210,000. At the same time, the cheapest available Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT on leading NFT marketplace OpenSea was 53.9 ETH, or about $217,000. It's a flip that some might have thought impossible only months ago. I mean, only months ago we didn't even know what these things were, as the upstart Bored Apes, which launched in April, were trailing well behind the long-established CryptoPunks, which were minted back in 2017. CryptoPunks prices surged in late summer, with the floor price topping 100 grand for the first time in early August. By the end of the month, floor was above 100 ETH, about $340,000 then, following the project's best single day of secondary trading volume, or $143.5 million on August 28th. And major news such as Visa buying a CryptoPunk. At the time, Bored Ape Yacht Club floor price was less than half that of CryptoPunks, but over the last few months, the Bored Apes have caught fire. Oh, that sounds terrible. Thanks to a number of splashy events, including a launch of the related Mutant Ape Yacht Club series, given free to existing Bored Ape holders, plus a star-studded exclusive concert in New York City in November, because, hey, you gave us a lot of money. Celebrities have increasingly flocked to the Bored Ape Yacht Club because it's a yacht club, right? As well as Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Curry, Post Malone, among the well-known buyers in recent months. And since Yuga Labs lets Bored Ape owners commercialize their NFT images, ape holders are being tapped for initiatives such as virtual bands backed by Timbaland and Universal Music. Bored Ape Yacht Club will also develop a play-to-earn crypto game in partnership with Animoca Brands and plans to launch an Ethereum token in Q1 of 2022, which basically means January, or sometime between January and March. It launched an official partnership with apparel brands Adidas as well. By contrast, the CryptoPunks creators have not actively engaged their community as of late, and the rules for who can commercialize the NFTs is still unclear. Some holders have complained about the lack of communication from Larva Labs, particularly in contrast to the Bored Ape approach, in which membership offers a growing number of tangible benefits. Earlier this month, one well-known owner sold all of his CryptoPunks, notably 4156 and more, for more than $10.25 million worth of ETH, speaking as his pseudonymous namesake Punk 4156. And the owner told Decrypt that he had become frustrated over Larva's unclear commercialization guidance, plus the team's aggressive copyright actions against derivative projects. While Bored Apes have steadily risen in value in recent weeks, CryptoPunk's floor has steadily sunk. It was set down to 68 ETH, about 271,000 on December 10th, and has fallen significantly over the last week. Plus, while the Bored Ape Yacht Club floor price has risen slightly from 52 since then, CryptoPunks are still considered the OG of Ethereum NFT profiles. Actually, that's not true, because CryptoKitties were way before CryptoPunks, but whatever. They've sold for much higher sums than the Bored Ape Yacht Club. The top CryptoPunk sale was 11.8 million from back in June, with the top Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT sold for 3.4 million back in October. All told, CryptoPunks have generated more than 1.8 billion in secondary market volume since June 2017. Meanwhile, core Bored Ape Yacht Club collection has yielded only about 900 million in secondary trading volume since April, with the entire franchise, including Bored Ape Kennel Club and Mutant Ape drops, boosting that sum to nearly 1.5 billion per CryptoSlam. So really, it's not technically competing. On the high end, the punks still reign supreme amid growing discontent from holders and declining entry-level prices, and rival Bored Ape Yacht Club, with its larger focus on perks and privileges, could be chipping away at CryptoPunk's legendary status that's barely 4 years old. So, I don't know. It's a club I don't understand, nor do I think I will ever belong to it.
All right. Next news article written by Scott Jablina. Decrypt's Coin of the Year, Solana. It's been a wild year in crypto. The surge in popularity of the NFT, the maturing DeFi landscape, and the all-time highs for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies dominated headlines and captured a great deal of attention in 2021. Yet, one project managed to wade through the noise and emerge as our pick for Coin of the Year, Solana. The title is based on a combination of price performance and ecosystem growth, and this post is not investment advice. Decrypt is not suggesting anyone to buy Sol. After all, in the crypto market, things can go south very quickly. Sol could tank in 2022. We're simply saying that no crypto project had a year like Solana had. Solana, which only just launched in March 2020, is a decentralized blockchain network that is technically still in beta. It's billed as a more scalable, faster, and cheaper alternative to Ethereum, which remains the leading network for all things Web3. The Solana network is fueled by its eponymous native cryptocurrency Sol, which has taken the crypto industry by storm in the last 12 months. Sol began the year at a modest price of $1.52 and has since surged by a stunning 11,150% 1 year ago. In fact, even astute crypto observers could have been forgiven for not knowing what Solana was at all. At the beginning of 2021, Solana was virtually unknown to the wider crypto/blockchain community. The prevailing opinion at that time was that it would be nearly impossible to break Ethereum's network effect and developer moat. Matthew Graham, CEO of Sino Global Capital and Solana investor, told Decrypt. And while Solana hasn't yet proved that it can break Ethereum's network effect and become top dog in the smart contract blockchain space, it's come a long way to demonstrating that it's a force that deserves to be taken seriously. An increasing number of people are recognizing this and realizing that Solana is the only platform that they want to commit to building for years to come. Kyle Samani, managing partner and Multicoin Capital, which led Solana's $20 billion seed round in 2019, told Decrypt. Cool. We'll leave it at that. Now we know. Solana.
Yeah, that's a very long article. It's 10 minutes. So,
Coin of the year.
This article, Scott Cipollino, Crypto.com joins FTX. Oh boy, this is great for buying Super Bowl ad because they have to pull their money because Super Bowl ads are so expensive. Scott Cipollino is writing. Good luck escaping crypto on February 13th when you're watching a Super Bowl 56. Crypto.com has bought a Super Bowl ad, which you will absolutely probably see in the first few minutes of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if it shows up at the beginning, like before the game starts. The cost of an ad for this year's game is reported $6.5 million for 30 seconds. That is an impressive amount of money for 30 seconds. It's just the latest move in the exchange's sports sponsorship push. Last month, Crypto.com paid a reported $700 million, which means they can easily afford more than 30 seconds of a commercial. The naming rights to Staples Center, home of the NBA's Los Angeles Lakers. Earlier this year, they call it the Staples Center, but it's technically the Crypto.com Center. Earlier this year, the exchange also became a sponsor for Italy's most prestigious soccer cup tournament final, the Coppa Italia final. Part of the agreement, an NFT collection was created to mark the occasion. Crypto.com's CEO Chris Marszalek told the Wall Street Journal that the company's top brass wanted the exchange to become one of the world's top 20 consumer brands in the next 3 to 5 years. They're definitely on their way there, placing it in the company of sports and tech giants like Nike and Apple. Going into different sports just allows me to reach everybody where they are, Marszalek said. Super Bowl is just one more step into that, where it's as mass as you get. Okay, as mass as you get. Okay, I never heard that phrase before. Marszalek's goal of becoming a top consumer brand sounds a lot like FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried's Decrypt Founder of the Year said about his company's own sports deal push. We're really coming from behind on name recognition. Coming from behind on name recognition. There's supposed to be a comment there. Bankman-Fried said in November at Decrypt and Yahoo live event, when someone's looking to get involved in crypto for the first time, we found that they haven't really heard of FTX. FTX has been spending to change that and bought a Super Bowl ad of its own in October. In April, FTX launched a huge deal with NBA's Miami Heat becoming the franchise official and exclusive crypto partner. The deal saw a Heat's home stadium, known for the last 22 years as American Airlines Arena, become the FTX Arena. FTX US also recently landed deals with the Golden State Warriors, the Washington Wizards, and Capitals, and even MLB Umpire sports the crypto exchange logo on their uniforms because branding is everything. who cares what your product actually is? Elsewhere in the NBA, Coinbase has etched out some territory for itself. In October, the newly public exchange inked a sponsorship deal that saw it become the NBA's and WNBA's official cryptocurrency partner just this month. Coinbase also landed a deal with NBA star and Brooklyn Net Kevin Durant. Surely Crypto.com and FTX won't be the only crypto ad supporting Super Bowl 56. Will Coinbase be the next to buy a spot? Said marketing is everything. I think
Yep.
my two Satoshis are a line from the first Zoolander movie where Maury Ballstein says, Gatu's so hot he could take a crap and wrap it in tinfoil, put a couple of fish hooks on it, and sell the zinger rings.
I think Coinbase is already well branded with the masses, in my opinion. Crypto.com.
Well, if you're into crypto, yes. If you're not into crypto, I'm not sure that everyone knows who they are.
I'm gonna comfortably say that yes, because like the average person at my work that is getting into crypto, the first thing that they have is Coinbase. I'm always curious. So you're into crypto? It's like, yeah, I just got into it. So what are you using? I'm using Coinbase. Every single one of them says Coinbase. There hasn't been. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Alyssa got into it that way too, right?
Alyssa, go ahead.
Sorry, Alyssa, go ahead.
Oh no, I said last night on my podcast, Coinbase was the first thing that I worked with. So yeah, I agree with that statement that Coinbase is pretty well known to the person that is not in crypto.
Well, I mean, I use Coinbase because it's the easiest way to get back to fiat and has been for quite some time. I know you could use Gemini. Gemini is definitely not going to spend billions to get people on board. And then there's BlockFi, but BlockFi, I wouldn't think BlockFi is more of an investment place than it is a place for cashing out. I still don't think of Coinbase as being a place for trading, though. There's way better places for trading. They're much, much cheaper.
Well, yeah, but we're not really getting into details like that. We're just like, what's better branding, Crypto.com, FTX, or Coinbase when it comes to the masses?
I think obviously the buying of the name Crypto.com was Crypto.com's purpose. They're like, hey, we're the de facto here, even though Coinbase is well known, but that's because Coinbase has been around for a long time, much longer than Crypto.com and FTX. But they're to put it in perspective, in 2017, I think, 2017, 2018, Samsung, which almost everyone who knows Samsung knows them for their phones, spent $14 billion on marketing alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's more money than all these companies spend on marketing altogether, period. And they spent it on just marketing and just one company worldwide. And that's why, other than Apple, Samsung is almost the de facto when it comes to Android phones. People know other companies, but most people think when they think Android, they think Samsung. And that was on purpose.
Yep. Yep. You're right.
I mean, not to say they make bad phones. They don't. But they make pretty good phones. But you spend that much money, you're going to get noticed.
Yeah.
So same thing Crypto.com is trying to do. But you're right. Coinbase is what everybody seems to know. And so I'm sure that Crypto.com and FTX would like to be in those positions where it's like, well, you either use Coinbase or you use Crypto.com or you use FTX. So.
All right. Next news article.
Shiba.
Written by Scott Cipollina. Shiba Inu surges 16% following whale's $136 million SHIB buy. A crypto whale bought. Huh?
I like big buys. Oh, wait, sorry.
A crypto whale bought $136 million worth of Shiba Inu, sending the Doge theme meme coin soaring by over 16% in just a single day. According to the whale's stats website, which tracks big value crypto purchases, the crypto whale purchased approximately 4 trillion SHIB token with the value of about $136 million at the time. Wow. SHIB opened the day with the price of 0.00003238 and at the time of writing is valued at 0.003765, up 16% on the day. Following their big buy, the unnamed crypto whale's portfolio is now 25% SHIB Elsewhere in their portfolio, the whale has purchased $88 million worth of Decentraland Mana tokens and $42 million worth of Tether stablecoin. Sounds like my boss.
Mana. Good chunk of change.
Yeah. Sounds like, but it's not my boss, by the way. I doubt that he has this kind of money. He probably wouldn't be talking to me. Saying, hey, look at, I'm learning how to buy Mana. Like that was one of his purchases. I was like, that's cool. I'm happy for you to get into crypto. See how far down the rabbit hole you can go. And he just got into side tangent. He just started getting into smart contracts. Like, this is something new. I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, man, he's ready to retire. Like, literally, like, retire from work. I think next year he's retiring. And he just learned how to get into crypto using Coinbase. And then he started using Exchange. And now he's using a DEX. And now he's using smart contracts. And now he's staking. It's like, dude, you learned all this stuff by yourself? It's like, yeah. Like, yeah. So what's
a great place.
Yeah, exactly. What's influencing you to do that? It's like, I'm just trying to make some money. Like, all right, bro. Okay.
That's just it. The gossip is that you can become the next billionaire if you just trade crypto.
Yeah. Like, but you're already retiring, man. Aren't you gonna get your pension and stuff, dude? Just relax. You got it. You've already done it, man. You got money. It's like, no, I need more. All right.
You never have enough. Even if you were a trillionaire, you still wouldn't have enough.
Today's price. Actually, let's just leave it at that. We already know. Shib. All right, he bought it. It's my boss right there. He made Shiba. He made Shiba surge by 16% by buying the Shib. All right, congratulations to all the Shibs out there. What do you call? What do you call them? Shibs or?
Couple million Shib out there. Shib is it's easy to own a million Shib and have some value.
Do you call the community Shibites, or what are they called?
I have no idea.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Continuing on with Tim Hackey's next article, China. China's state-run Xinhua media agency to issue NFTs because, as you all know, China hates crypto. So, of course, they get into NFTs.
Jeez.
China's official state-run press agency, Xinhua, has announced today that it plans to issue a series of NFTs for free on Christmas Eve, 12 p.m. UTC, via its news app. According to official announcement, Xinhua's NFT drop will comprise 11 different collections of photojournalism numbered to 10,000 copies each, one special edition collection, each recording many precious historical moments of 2021 that are, of course, important to China. Historic moments celebrated in the new collection include the Chinese Communist Party's centenary celebration in Tiananmen Square, which nothing happened there. Remember, nothing happened there. And the nation's milestone having administered 2.7 billion vaccine doses. Xinhua tapped the country's government-authorized ZX chain, the blockchain of domestic social media giant Tencent, to mint the collectibles because crypto mining is illegal. Today's news might seem a contradiction given the Chinese government's official stance on cryptocurrency. This year, Chinese authorities have cracked down on crypto businesses in the country, sending shockwaves through global markets. Bitcoin prices crashed hard back in May when 3 of the country's leading payment firms reiterated their support for the central bank's 2017 ban on cryptocurrency transactions. By midsummer, Chinese authorities had begun shuttering mining operations within the country's borders, cutting power on at least 26 mining farms in the Sichuan province alone. Authorities in Xinjiang also issued shutdown orders and local mining operations for them. Since then, Chinese crypto miners have relocated abroad, while the U.S. has become the world's largest Bitcoin market, while Bitcoin mining hash rate has recovered from its summer slump. Despite the Chinese government's negative stance on crypto, the country's investors have poured money into the emerging metaverse, a drive to create shared virtual worlds that's expected to be underpinned by crypto and NFTs. So China doesn't dislike NFTs, apparently, even though
confused.
It doesn't like mining. Yeah, there might be a strategy in there, but not really sure what it is.
All right, then. China, you do you. All right, next news written by Scott Cipollina. Criminal gang member jailed after laundering $2.6 million for Bitcoin ATM fraudsters. A criminal who laundered 2 million euros for, is that euros or pounds? That's pounds.
2
isn't
million
it?
pounds.
Pounds,
It's
yeah.
2 million pounds.
Pounds. Whoops. Oops. What is that? Oh. For a group that defrauded victims using cryptocurrency ATMs has been jailed. Basili Raimars, 22, was jailed for 5 years, 9 months after being convicted of money laundering. Raimars was arrested in January 2020 after he was caught driving a $130,000 pound.
30,000 pound.
Yeah, pound Bentley
Bentiaga.
through the port of Dover with 6,500 euros in cash in the bag. He was found to have laundered $2.6 million between September 2018 and January 2020 on behalf of criminal associates who used a network of cryptocurrency ATMs as part of a fraud scheme. The group scam involved convincing victims that they owed money to British authorities, then directing them to pay the funds using crypto ATMs. The funds were then appropriated by the group. No evidence was found that Raimars was personally involved in these frauds, but investigation shows that the extent of his involvement in the group which laundered the criminal money. Kent police said in a press release. Raimars was also found to be linked to Wedso Ltd, a UK registered entity that failed to register for VAT, and that also paid no corporation tax on its funds. Is this his image? That is his image, huh? There it is. That's what he looks like. The fraudster. That's all the money right there. Look at that. And the cell phone.
Bag,
you always, is that the cell phone? What is that? That's a brick. No, what is that? I don't know what that is. That's something. I think there's something on the table. Raimars' hefty wad of cash on the day of his arrest was not the only time he was caught with ill-gotten wealth. In March 2019, he was caught with £10,500 in cash at Luton Airport, one of London's largest airports. In October 2019, £38,000 and 13,600 euros was found in Raimars' car after he was stopped for speeding. This guy knows how to make money. Hey, man, you want to be my friend?
He needs to stop carrying around in his car.
That's all he needs to do. Yeah, man. Let's be friends, dude. Let me carry it, dude. I'll carry it. They're looking at you, bro. I'll carry it. Don't worry about that.
I just don't understand why he's doing it in cash. He should be keeping it in coin so he doesn't have to carry it with him.
Put it in SHIB. All right. Following his arrest in Dover, law enforcement found yet another £5,400 and 8,200 euros in his Watford home. He was charged with money laundering offenses, but absconded after being released on bail before being tracked down in Bologna, Italy. Wow, this guy, he's one of those smart, stupid guys. Smart, stupid criminals.
Yep.
This guy knows how to make money, but he's stupid for carrying all this cash.
He knows how to take money. I wouldn't say he knows how to make it. He knows how to take it. He knows how to steal it from people. And he's just going and just transferring. Like, dude, you need to put the money into crypto and not move it with you. Take it, it doesn't make any sense.
So it sounds like are you trying to, never mind. No.
I know. I can identify with anything. It's the sense of the thing. Obviously, criminals are idiots, or else we wouldn't know about them.
Right.
So,
yeah, it's a good story though. I did like it. Go ahead.
Continuing on with Andrew Asmakov's Terra's Luna, its all-time high, as Cosmos coins post double-digit gains, which we technically already saw. I don't really think I need to talk about this entirely. We kind of covered the generality of it in the top 10. But this is really just talking about the numbers. And, I mean, it's not really even talking about the why. It's just talking about what the numbers are.
Okay.
So,
take the next one, then. How about that?
Continuing on with a convicted terrorist jailed in the UK for dark web Bitcoin trading. Ooh.
Oh, no.
Sounds like Silk Road to me. Scott Chipolina writes, convicted terrorist Karam Iqbal, a 29-year-old British national, has been jailed for 16 months after trading cryptocurrency on the dark web. How can he even do it? It's dark. For the BBC. Anyways, this is not the first time Iqbal has faced jail time. In 2014, he was jailed again, previously, actually, for disseminating terrorist publications and possessing terrorist information, including Al-Qaeda's Inspire. Does that sound wrong that Al-Qaeda has a magazine called Inspire? Anyways.
Yeah.
At the time, he was jailed for 3 years and 3 months and was released on license in May 2015, but returned to jail a year later. It's not that smart. Not that smart. Faced arrest the second time for breaching a 10-year notification order whereby he failed to tell police about 2 cryptocurrency accounts that he controlled. Doesn't have to say anything. Just don't mention it. Oh wait, I guess they found out anyways. He pleaded guilty to 4 breaches between the months of July and August 2019. Between November 10th, 2017 to March 20th, 2021, Iqbal made 392 transactions with nearly, well, it doesn't sound that much money, 12,000 pounds or $16,000 worth of deposited funds. In January 2020, Iqbal made 3 Bitcoin transactions on the dark website that was used for selling stolen credit card credentials. The court held that Iqbal's crypto trading was done via an account at crypto exchange Coinbase. Coinbase reportedly issued a suspicious activity report because all crypto isn't suspicious already. I don't know. Iqbal told police that he did in fact trade cryptocurrencies, but denied using the dark web. His confiscated mobile phone showed applications that enabled access to the dark web. Interesting. Why did he show them that information? He doesn't have to. The nature of cryptocurrency is it not traceable? So the reality is, was he positioned to operate 2 email addresses and 2 cryptocurrency accounts beneath the radar of police, reportedly said prosecutor Paul Jarvis. Of course, cryptocurrencies are traceable, as the story demonstrates, privacy coins aside. Traditional cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin are synonymous. While wallet addresses are anonymous, transactions between wallets are publicly visible on the blockchain. Indeed, several firms, such as Chainalysis, have built their businesses on linking wallet addresses to criminals and tracing their crypto transactions. Earlier this year, former CIA Director Michael Morrell argued that blockchain technology is a powerful but underutilized forensic tool for governments to identify illicit activity and bring criminals to justice. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA, meanwhile, last month investigated a $670,000 to train staff on money laundering and terrorist financing risks presented with the crypto industry. I was going to say that a lot of people I've talked to, when I bring up Bitcoin, they're like, "Ooh, that's that dangerous thing. You shouldn't use Bitcoin." I'm like, people can force you to pay ransoms in Bitcoin. I was thinking, yes, but criminals don't like Bitcoin, and they're like, "But why do they use crypto?" I said, "Because you can't send it back. That's why." But so once it's out, you can't get it back. There's no way to get it back.
And they liquidate pretty quickly.
Well, they do. And the point I'm trying to make is they don't keep it in Bitcoin. They transfer it through several different, large funds, so it gets disseminated, and you can't trace it as easily. But the reason for this is that it's traceable. That's why criminals don't technically like Bitcoin. They like it because you can't get it back. That's the reason they like it. It's easy to transfer it in the world, and you can't get it back. But they don't like keeping it there because people can see where the money's going.
Right.
So as soon as they possibly can, they'll disseminate the coin through, as much AML or ML as they can do, and then get it out in their local currency or whatever currency they prefer that might not be as easily traced. So
see, that's why you should really trust a centralized blockchain, because with a centralized blockchain, what they can do, they can see that this coin is going to a terrorist organization. So before they even move the funds, they can freeze those assets and then burn them, so the terrorists do not have access to those crypto funds. Yeah, trust the crypto.
I guess in that sense, but I mean, yeah, it's nefarious things are going to happen. Always going to happen.
Always. Even with fiat.
Just like I used to use the analogy, it is the power company at fault for a person using a power drill to kill someone? No, in the law that's not true. The electricity that's used in the power drill is not. The manufacturer of the power drill is not responsible for that person's actions. The person who did it, with regardless what tool they used, they're the ones at fault, not the coin. So the fact that people are like, "Oh, Bitcoin, that's evil." No, Bitcoin's not evil. The person who did those negative things, that person's evil, not the coin.
What kind of movies have you been watching with the power drill? What the heck?
It's a really old movie. It was actually an analogy from a really old movie.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah. Let's just keep it at that. All right, next news written by Andrew Asmakov. Kraken Exchange grows its crypto staking business with staked acquisition. Kraken, a major American crypto exchange, has announced the acquisition of Staked, a non-custodial staking platform that enables investors to compound their holdings in digital assets issued on proof-of-stake blockchains. Dude, they're going to get hit so hard by the SEC with this. Trust me, I already know it. The terms of the deal are not publicly disclosed. However, according to Kraken, it is one of the largest deals in the history of crypto. This acquisition perfectly complements our existing custodial staking offering, enabling all of our clients to earn rewards on their crypto while retaining complete control over their digital assets, Kraken said in a statement. Staking refers to the process of earning passive income on cryptocurrencies based on the proof-of-stake consensus mechanism. It involves users pledging their own crypto assets to the network to help validate transactions and make it more secure. And there's a tweet from Kraken. In return, users get rewards most often in the cryptocurrency they stake, with average yield rates varying depending on the network. Data from staking rewards shows that most popular crypto assets for staking currently include Solana, Ethereum 2.0, Cardano, Terra, Avalanche, Polkadot, Binance Coin, Algorand, and Polygon. A key feature of Kraken's latest acquisition is that Staked offers non-custodial access to cryptocurrencies, meaning that users are in full control of their private keys. According to Kraken, the exchange respects and supports its clients' rights to retain custody over their crypto, even though this sometimes comes with trade-offs related to security. I'm confused because how are they going to crack it? I got so many questions. Continue on. With the acquisition of our clients now have more options on how they choose to manage their funds when staking with Kraken out of the firm. It doesn't make sense. Which earlier this year celebrated its 10th anniversary. Really? Wow. Congratulations. Has a
they've been around a long time.
Yeah, jeez. Has that already been 10 years? Jeez. No wonder I feel like I'm getting old. Has a long history of acquisitions, including the purchase of Swiss-based chartering and trading terminal CryptoWatch in 2017. London-based financial services firm Crypto facilities in 2018, and crypto markets data and intelligence firm CryptoFinance.ai in 2019. According to Kraken, Staked is its fifth acquisition in 2021. The San Francisco-based exchange also said that so far this year, its staking business grew by around 950% to nearly $16 billion. Last week also saw the launch of Kraken Ventures, an independent investment fund led by Kraken alumni, targeting early-stage companies and protocols powering the next wave of crypto and fintech innovations. And let's see, Kraken Ventures areas of focus include financial infrastructure, Web3, decentralized finance, and consumer crypto protocols, with Blockdaemon, Anchorage, Messari, Hashflow, Akala, and P-Stake among the firms to already receive financial backing from the fund. Well, it sounds like Kraken's doing a lot of things. My questions are, did you have questions, Jake?
My question is, how many people in this podcast right now were teenagers when crypto started?
Yeah, right. Exactly. My question, actually, go ahead. Listen.
I think that would be me, that I was a teenager when crypto started.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That makes sense.
Been around for what? Since 2008, technically. 2009 was officially start. And so yeah, it's been 12, 13 years.
I was a freshman in high school in 2009.
No, this is 2011, right? No, yeah, 2011.
I mean, the official announcement of the concept of crypto was in 2008.
Right.
It just didn't get started until later.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I get what you're saying. Okay. My question to in regards to this is that exchanges, especially in the U.S., are required by SEC regulations to provide AML KYCs on their customers and all transactions provided to, I guess the tax authorities, right? They have to submit all that information. So they're saying, hey, it's non-custodial. I guess they're not saying it's private. I guess that's what I was thinking. Yeah, do what you want with your crypto apparently on their platform. But yeah,
it does absolve them. They're basically trying to absolve themselves of the problem that Binance is running into.
Hey,
like, look, if we're not holding any of this stuff, then we don't have to, police it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just this little comment here just kind of made me think that they're kind of cleaning their hands with it. Kraken, a major crypto exchange, has announced the acquisition of Stake, a non-custodial staking platform that enables investors to compound their holdings in digital assets issued on proof of stake blockchains.
Yep. In a sense, it would be you're the facility, but you're not making it be that way. And that's actually, to me, a good idea, because it's like the U.S. government says if you're the one paying the interest, then you're the one holding the securities. But if you're not holding the securities, then you don't technically have any interest in it, not just paid out interest, but interest in the actual funds. So like the way that securities work is that you're sitting, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are sticking their funds in a centralized exchange or bank, and then that bank is lending out that money to other entities, and then of course they're making money off of it. And that's the reason the government's like, well, you owe us because you're making money. But if their exchanges just like we just facilitate the action of one person lending to another person directly, then they don't actually hold stake in it. At the same time, the argument the government would be saying was, well, then why are you doing this if you're not making money? And that's, of course, the whole point. If you're making money, the government wants their cut.
But if even if they're using their platform, aren't they still required to provide that information?
Only if they're holding the people's funds. I mean, they may be facilitating in the sense of money's going through their platform, but they're not holding any of the funds. And so to me, and maybe the government's going to say this differently, but to me, if you're not actually holding the securities, then you're not responsible for them.
Okay. Well, we're going to see in the future when it comes back, because this is definitely going to come back. I promise you. The SEC
I'm sure
is going to bring this up for sure.
Yeah.
Gary Gensler, this is all Gary Gensler right here, 100%.
Now, the main concern is that you're doing business, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing business, like why does Kraken even exist? If they're not making money, then why do they care? Right? Is it just altruistic? Well, if it is, then why don't they just become a nonprofit? And the government won't get on their case as much. But if they're not, and if it's a for-profit business, they're going to say, well, you're making money and we want some of it. So the argument really comes down to, is Kraken doing it as an altruistic statement or just to avoid regulation? Which it seems like it's the latter.
I guess we got to wait a little more till things are developed with this and see what they end up doing.
Last article of the day from Scott Cipollina. UK advertising watchdog bans Arsenal FC's irresponsible AFC token ads. They're talking about your Arsenal, excuse me. The UK Advertising Standards Authority, or the ASA, nothing to do with arses, has banned 2 advertisement for Arsenal FC AFC token, claiming the soccer club was misleading fans of the risks associated with cryptocurrencies. The ASA said the adverts trivialized investment in crypto assets and took advantage of consumers' inexperience or credulity, and failed to illustrate the risks of the investment. This is kind of what Elizabeth Warren's on about, even though she's not in the UK, as well as not making it clear that the token was a crypto asset. In response, Arsenal's FC will reportedly seek an independent review of the ASA's decision. We take our responsibilities with regard to our own fans very seriously. We carefully consider the communications to fans regarding our promotions and provided information regarding financial risks, a spokesperson for the soccer club told The Guardian, although I'm sure they call it a football club over there. According to Tim Payton, head of the Arsenal Supporters Trust, I just love saying that out loud, the club is not doing enough. He said Arsenal FC, I'm going to stop emphasizing that now, should have a greater duty of care, responsibility toward their fans. Amid controversy, soccer fans' tokens have surged in popularity this year. Fans of the world's biggest soccer clubs have already collectively spent over $350 million on fan tokens. Sounds like it's a popular thing. According to the BBC, 24 clubs across Europe's biggest leagues, like the Premier League of England and the La Liga in Spain, have launched fan tokens. Most fan tokens are just club-specific cryptocurrencies, but other tokens like Manchester City are also selling NFTs. Socios, a company at the heart of the fan token boom, has sold £350 million worth of the club coins so far. The Yet, despite the growth of fan tokens, plenty of soccer fans have spoken out against the intrusion of crypto into a beautiful game. Sure, beautiful game. My knowledge of the crypto market is sketchy, to say the least. I'm probably a representative of a large number of run-of-the-mill football, right, soccer supporters who are not traders in the crypto market. Sue Watson, a West Ham FC fan, not trying to rhyme that there thing, ma'am, sorry, told the BBC. Some people are going to be making a lot of money out of it, but it's almost certainly going to be the average football fan on the street. Martin Calendine, who writes about soccer, told the BBC, "This is so confusing going back and forth between football and soccer. Why don't you just call it football?" This is Anfield, an independent Liverpool FC related news platform, published a piece in October titled "Why Liverpool FC Should Continue to Avoid Fan Tokens Socio Partnership." It sounds like they're sociopaths. Anyways, it is cryptocurrency trading masquerading as fan involvement. The presence of loyal fan provides a small amount of stability, but a value will fluctuate largely based on the action of traders who aren't fans, the article read. The SEC's move comes amid a wider clampdown on crypto ads from agency, which it considers a crucial and priority area for its oversight. Where we do find problems, we will crack down hard and fast. Sounds like fun, Miles Lockwood, Director of Complaints and Investigations at the SEC, told Financial Times. It definitely sounds like the UK is a little bit more strict on how it has its ads presented to its patronage.
Mm-hmm.
Not that surprising, though. This is definitely something that is much more common in the UK and in Europe in general. You know, they're the ones that came up with right to be forgotten. So.
Yeah. Perfect. I think we are done. What do you think?
I think we had a lot of news today, and
That was a lot.
I'm not tired of reading per se or talking even so, but at the same time, I got other stuff I got to do.
Yep, sounds good. All right, let's close it up then.
Let's see here. If you appreciate our content, and it sounds like you do if you've listened this far along, we'd appreciate your like and subscribe if you want to listen to more, and hit that notification bell if you're interested in seeing when we actually post. But we post pretty much every Wednesday and Sunday, and then Thursdays for our interviews. And we also have Crypto Chill and Chat on Twitter almost every single day, except when John is powering down and recharging his batteries. Each case. We also have, where do you go? We also have our Patreon, which you can subscribe to at $3, $5, and $10 amounts. There's AMAs and additional videos from interviews on that as well. So as well as some stickers that we're doing. It's a promotional thing. You can check that out with Cryptonaut Mike, pardon me. You can also check us out on Discord. There's a lot going on in Discord, along with the market we recently launched, which has our tokens on it, and you can get those by doing work or participating in chat. The more you participate in chat, the more tokens you get. So come to participate in our Discord chat. And if you want to support the platform in other ways, you can donate via Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance, BAT, or Raven. All the descriptions about all this information is in the description below.
Below. All right, Cryptonauts. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Cryptolissa, for being on the podcast. And until next time, stack sats and hodl. Adios.